Americans, ladies and gentlemen, are taking their country back, and they're doing it one election at a time. As was evidenced in Wisconsin, Americans are not afraid of union goons. They're not impressed with slow jam and Preezy. They aren't intimidated by the media anymore. From reconfirming the meaning of marriage, to showing support for a great Wisconsin governor, to humiliating a sitting Democrat president with a huge turnout for a convicted felon, voters demonstrated the power attributed to Barack Obama, and the state-controlled media has been overestimated. Conventional wisdom was nuked yesterday. Tea Party dead. Occupy Wall Street and the Ascension. Obama's shoo-in re-election. In fact, the Beltway Republicans, the Republican establishment, still think Obama's a shoo-in. They really do. I kid you not. They think, maybe not a shoo-in now, but before yesterday, Rush, don't get your hopes up. He's an incumbent. He's got so much at his disposal. And could well be. But the people don't want to hear that. The people of this country are not going to allow themselves to be dispirited with phony polls, inaccurate reporting. They're not going to be influenced by photo ops with George Clooney being $5 trillion in debt, new debt, given to us by Obama. That trumps photo ops with George Clooney. Years of 8.5+ unemployment now trumps the Preezy, slow jam in the news with Jimmy Fallon. Out of work college graduates. They're snapping out of their hope and change trance. And they realize all they're getting is insurmountable student loan debt, not jobs. The voters are continuing to tune out the drive-by media in greater numbers. Talk radio, the internet, Fox News. And the people of this country know what's at stake. They know failure when they see it. They know disaster when they see it. And they know how to stop it. And they fully intend to. Last night was a significant aftershock of the 2010 electoral earthquake that rocked the Democrat Party. The Tea Party's not dead. 2010 was a warm-up. The Tea Party's moved on from a protest movement to an active, vibrant grassroots movement that knows how to nominate the right people and then get them elected. And that is sending shivers of fear down the spines of professional Democrats, their consultants, elected officials, and people in the media. Democrats are voting against President Obama. Democrats are distancing themselves from failure. The cult of personality, the cult of celebrity that this White House has attempted to mine, being overwhelmed by the sting of reality. People's homes having no value, people's jobs paying nothing, people not being able to get jobs, no economic growth, moratoriums on drilling for oil, roadblocks on pipelines that would bring oil, which would cheapen energy prices, a tax on existing conventional energy sources. The American people want no part of it. The American people don't hate fossil fuels. Barack Obama might. The American people don't, and he has not been able to convince them to. The American people are not going to settle for 8.1% unemployment. The American people aren't going to settle for 7% unemployment. Vast majorities of the American people understand the greatness of this country. Vast majorities of the American people understand, and listen to me carefully here, when this nation is on the right track, there's none better. When this nation is on the right track, there's no end to opportunity. When this nation is on the right track, there's no end to prosperity, economic, educational opportunity, better than anywhere in the world. But this country isn't on track, and the American people know it, and they want it back on track. They don't want this new direction. They don't want this fundamental transformation of America. They don't want a silly, impossible socialist utopia. They want reality. They want an acknowledgement of the greatness of this country, not somebody who's embarrassed of it or who doesn't like it or thinks it's immoral or unjust. American people, vast majorities, are very, very angry to hear their country described this way. They're very angry to sense that a Democrat Party looks at this country as unjust and immoral. They are sick and tired of phony race stories, from the Duke lacrosse case to Trayvon Martin. They are sick and tired of being lied to in the media. They are sick and tired of big things, medium-sized things, and small things. They don't want to be told that a snail darter is more important than they are. They don't want to be told that they can't buy light bulbs that they've always bought. They don't want to be told they're destroying the planet when they know they're not, when they know that's a hoax. They don't want to be forced to have to buy $50 light bulbs. They're sick and tired of being told they can't have salt or trans fat in their foods. They don't think that dietary decisions ought to come from a garden in the Oval Office. They don't think a woman who has had no experience in the food business should have any business telling any of us what we should or shouldn't eat, particularly when they see her husband chowing down on stuff she disapproves of when she's not around. The American people do not want Obamacare, and that's been the case since before it was signed into law. The American people don't want Obamacare. We don't hate fossil fuels. We don't hate oil. We don't hate big CEOs and executives. We don't want to punish success. We want to emulate it. We want success for as many people as possible. We're sick and tired of elected officials at the highest levels trying to divide the people of this country, particularly along racial lines. I think the American people in significant majorities are sick and tired of every effort the Democrat Party makes to divide this country, be it on racial lines, sexual orientation lines, gender lines, and you name it, they've had it. But Mr. Limbaugh, if you think that, then why do they send people like Dick Lugar packing? Dick Lugar was all about compromise. No, Dick Lugar was not about Dick Lugar was about letting Democrats win. Republican voters are sick of Republicans letting Democrats win under the guise that this is how compromise takes place, or this is how we get along. The people of this country do not hate people who create jobs. They actually like people that create jobs. They want to know people who create jobs. Many Americans actually want to work for people who create jobs. I'd rather work for somebody who creates a job than somebody who doesn't, because there isn't a job in that circumstance. Look at the support Scott Walker's getting in Wisconsin. After a tsunami of national union money into that state, threats, conventional wisdom from the media that Walker's dead. The polls all said Walker's finished, doesn't have a chance. Democrats taking the state back. Look at the vote turnout in Wisconsin. Walker, who didn't need a single vote for anything last night, got more votes than the two Democrats combined in Wisconsin. You kidding me? I mean, that says it all, or at least so much. All right, brief timeout. And we'll take a break, come back. We'll get some of your phone calls in. And then some of the sound bites and some media assessments. Why did Dick Lugar actually lose? What really went on? And yes, I'm continually being hounded here to offer my unique and not found anywhere else thoughts on Mrs. Clinton's appearance. Because after all, I'm the one. See, people remember. I'm the one who asked some years ago, 2008 presidential campaign, I said, do American people want to watch the aging process in the Oval Office? And some people think that what's happening now is a referendum on that question. Anyway, I have the answers, probably not what you think, but I have them to that and pretty much anything else you might be curious about when we come back.